Hey, all you zealots and zerglings, it's time for Game 2 between Dunamai, the blue zerg, and Spartan, the red Terran. Game 1 it did go to Dunamai, so he is up 1-0 in the series, and again, this is a best of 3. And the map is Scrap Station, which usually yields for some longer games because of the long early rush distance. But it's very close by air, which can also create some very interesting things. I recently played Dunamai on this map at his request, and he tried to drop me. And I tried to mute him, and my mutas just happened to be a little bit more effective in that. Or maybe a little bit quicker, I don't know. But Spartan really seems to like this map. This is sort of his go-to map. And in the last game, he tried to go for some Banshee harass. And I think it was a little bit late, and Dunamai did have some defenses up, but they weren't well positioned, so he could have done a lot more damage, I think. And if he tried to keep his Banshees away from the spores that were out, I think he could have done a lot more damage. And then he tried to move into some Hellions, which were spotted, so it didn't quite do much, but he was kind of behind at that point. I think he could have pulled it out. He was trying to get out some tanks at that point. And Dunamai was going Roach Hydra, which probably would not have fared that well against tanks unless they got the drop on them. So I think he might have been able to pull back, but then Dunamai pushed in, and he just didn't have time to get his tanks out. But I think he could have done it. And we're getting another. It looks like we're getting another fairly early gas out of Spartan. This for supply depot. Building the supply depot way out there. So if there's any scouting zerglings, that supply depot is basically dead. More or less. So that's an interesting choice. I've never seen anyone do put a supply depot on point like that. We'll have to see if it pans out for him. And we are getting an early expansion from Dunamai. I don't think he has his pool up yet. Nope. So that looks like it was a 15 hatch. Pretty standard, I think, especially on this map. Although I don't think this map is in any pools or tournaments anymore. And Dunamai is going to start ringing the base with overlords, just kind of getting the good scouting information. He's going to watch these rocks to know if Spartan's going to try to push out through that route. And also going to watch this for any early air, although this area is not being covered right now. But I'm not sure we're going to see. It looks like the Spartan is going for 2 racks, so I don't think we're going to see any early drop play from him or any early Vikings or anything like that. It looks pretty standard, although he could maybe do some interesting things with some early aggression. Depends on how much he gets out, how quickly, and what path Dunamai goes. But he's getting his pool out now. Ooh. Did he go? No, I think he did the pool before the gas, because I think the pool's almost done. Which, I mean, if he was going to go 15 hatch and then go gas pool, that is the absolute greediest Zerg build possible. And your opponent can really punish you for it. If we'd seen some of the early aggression that Spartan used in some of his earlier games, that could have been very, very interesting. But looks like it's just going to be sort of a macro game right now. I would like to see Spartan maybe consider taking an early expansion. He's getting his orbital out. Is he getting out any units yet? Just getting out 1 Marine. He needs to get both of these barracks working on some units. If you're gonna go 2 racks, get some more. Yeah, you need to get both your barracks operating, and probably throwing down another supply depot right now and getting an engineering bay. What if he's getting this to prevent drops? I bet he's getting this to prevent drops. He's probably really worried about drops. We are getting roaches here for Dunamai, although that is what he preferred in his drop play before, so he could be going that build again. Not a lot of early gas though, so I don't think that's exactly his plan. And we're getting a factory out for Spartan, so if Spartan goes tanks this time, we'll be pretty good against those roaches if he gets good enough position. They should do well in a lot of positions, but the roaches can get a good edge on the tanks in the right conditions. But if he gets enough tanks out and then gets the infantry to protect them, it could be very devastating. I don't know if about getting all of his add-ons out at once, because he's not producing any units right now. And we checked the army tab. That's not the army tab. Well, I guess it is the army tab, but I want the units tab. 3 Marines to, well, he's got, wasn't Dunamai making roaches, or maybe just made his roach warren. I definitely want to see him start getting out more units. Need more units, and maybe copping an upgrade or 2. Maybe getting that combat shield, that would be a good move. And oh, we are getting the lair and the Evo chamber. I think Dunamai is going to go for some more drop play. But I don't know if this is a good idea because he keeps talking about how he likes doing drop play and how he was even thinking about doing it last game, but he didn't get enough gas for it. So Spartan could be expecting this, and he's already got his first turret up. And did that Overlord see it? I don't know if the Overlord, maybe the Overlord saw it. No, he didn't see it. But Spartan, you're going to need more turrets than that if you're going to defend a drop, because it's only going to protect it if he drops in this general area, although take a while to swing around there. Let's see what happens. He's got his lair up. Is he going to be getting any of those upgrades? He's going for spores, but there's no air coming. So, I don't know, a bit of a waste of minerals. He probably could use some scouting information. Maybe get a speedling into that base, see what's going on, but it doesn't even have speed upgrade. It hasn't even made a lane. It's got the watchtower. Ooh, Spartan's got control of the watchtower, too. Yeah, and here comes the Overlord speed, and I bet we're going to be seeing the Overlord drop here in a minute. I hope Spartan is prepared for this. He's got one turret up. Maybe another turret here might be enough to stop any kind of drop play. I mean, he could still, go anywhere, but the harder he makes it, the more you have to fly around his base, the harder it's going to be, and you might be able to actually spot it. And yeah, I think he's getting ready for, yep, going to throw down another turret. He needs to get an, he does get an expansion up. He needs to get an expansion up. He needs to get an orbital. Needs to keep making SCVs, because if he's going to start doing a lot of turrets, he's going to need the minerals, because he's a bit low right now. He's researching siege mode. He does have one tank out. Not sure what's going on here. We don't have drop research yet. So Overlord speed did just finish. I'm just not sure what he's doing yet. I mean, Spartan's just doing a pretty standard marine tank kind of thing. I like it. Ooh, he is way behind in the food, but then again, it can be a bit misleading because, oh yeah, roaches are a bit expensive in food. I mean, they are 2 food, which is kind of a lot for what you get out of them. So he's got to be ready for this. Siege mode is almost done. That could be good timing. These roaches have not pushed up yet. The supply depot is in trouble. I think Spartan might need to throw out an extra supply depot just to cover the fact that this thing is probably not going to survive the game. Probably not going to survive the game. And he's on 2 bases now. 2 factories. I think he just needs to get more workers. He needs to get an orbital here, and he needs more SCVs. I'm going for Hydras. He does not yet have the drop upgrade, so maybe he's not doing a drop this time. So I'm not sure what was with the early Overlord speed. And now he's going to be getting some Hydras again, but there's going to be tanks out this time. And don't forget about this tank. Or maybe that's just one that got rallied. I thought that was his first tank, but I think that was it. So you gotta be careful. You don't want to get your Overlords too far out of position. They are within the range of the tank, but that's not where they want to be, because that's where the enemy's going to be when the tank starts shooting. We gotta see an Overseer coming, so it looks like he's going to be scouting. He's going to see an awful lot of what's going on here. Can he afford another tank? He needs more workers. He's not. And we check the harvesters. Oh my goodness, he only has 18 SCVs. He needs to be making a lot more SCVs right now. He needs to be churning double barrels and using, well, it looks like he is using his mules. He needs to be getting an orbital here. He needs more SCVs. He's way behind. That is why he doesn't have an army yet. He needs more money. Desperately needs more money. And I think Dunamai's gearing up for attacks, a Roach Hydra push. Oh, nope, there comes the drop. I guess he is going to go for the drop, but there is a bit of a turret defense. And this Overseer, I don't think, has scouted any of this yet. He does not know what's going on. Oh, he did scout that. So he must have sent somebody over there to scout. Maybe it was this guy. I don't know. So he knows this is covered. And I guess he's watching that expansion. And he's going for Spire Tech now. Which, I don't know. He just got off Roach Hydra, and now he's going to go throw in his Spire. And he's getting drop. I think he's got his fingers into too many pies right now. And if Spartan could just solve his undersaturated problem, he could be getting us a huge army. And, oh, we do have a changeling here. That's probably how he scouted. We got a changeling in his expansion. He needs to be making this into an orbital. He needs to be producing SCVs out of this one. He can rally the SCVs down here. That's when he needs to be getting this into an orbital. Ooh, now getting tunneling claws. I just can't figure out what this build is. He's got He's got roaches with upgrades. He's got hydralisks. He's got drop, overlord speed, and now he's getting a spire. It's just, I'm just confused. But if Spartan can't, oh, looks like Spartan is going to push out. He's going to have to be careful. Oh, and you got to watch where you're going. I think he'll clean this up, but he might be taking way too much damage from those. And a quick scan would finish those off. Does he not know that they're there? Or does he not have the energy? Spartan does not seem to be paying attention to his army, which is getting sniped here. He could take these out so easily. Oh, yeah, now he's taking up position. There we go. And now he's got the watchtower. Oh, I don't know if you want to pull out just yet. Because that roach is still alive and kicking. Oh, and he sieged up his tanks too late, and they're going to get right on top of his forces. Oh, if he'd kept his position, siege position there and maybe scouted ahead of it, he might have been able to fend this off. Oh, man, I think he just got his tanks caught in siege, which is a big problem with Terran. And Dunamai even burrowing his Hydros because he knows how much of a problem they have with tanks. Oh, this could be bad now. He's going to have to regroup, get some more tanks up, get him sieged, reestablish a defensive position. Not sure where he's sending these tanks. Just now getting his second orbital, a bit late if you ask me, and now we got Dunamai taking a third. Oh, if Spartan had kept his army alive and been able to keep that push, it might have been the perfect time for it when he was just trying to get up an expansion. But now Dunamai does have center tower control again. But he's going to leave it. Not going to leave anybody behind to watch. Still got this roach here, though, kind of spying on what's going on. And are we still... See, he's not... He needs to be producing more SCVs, and he needs to be using his... There we go, there's the mule. Okay, good. He's still using his mules. He's just not producing enough SCVs. He's got 2 orbitals. He can make SCVs out of both of them, rally them both here. And wow, Dunamai's building up a ton of money. And he doesn't seem to be doing much with it right now. Has he got larvae? Some larvae there. Some larvae there. He's got the larvae. He's got the money. He's just... Oh, is he preparing? It looks like he's preparing a drop right now. But he's gonna, yeah, and he's right here. There's an opening. Can Spartan see that? He can see the changeling there. But it looks like this drop is gonna get into this base, and if he doesn't see it, it's over. I think he's gonna have to get really lucky, and now his army is moving out. He's gonna have to get really lucky to fend this off, because I don't know if he's got an advantage in a base trade. If he sent an SCV out here right now to put up a turret, that might actually save him. But no, here comes the drop. The changeling is going to come in just to scout ahead. His forces are way out of position. Does he have any Marines at home to defend this? He doesn't. He's got nothing here to defend this. And here comes the drop, and I think this is going to be it. Oh, he tried to put up such a turret defense, but there's always a hole. And I think that might do it if he's not producing any Marines right now, which he's not. He's got the money for it, though. Oh, and there he's going to give the GG. Might have been preemptive, but he just kind of let Dunamai into his base. So the series is going to go to Dunamai. I hope you enjoyed this series, and stay tuned for the next one in the 3 West Classic, and have a day.